You, this is Gabriela, right? Yes. Okay, so then we can start with you. Okay, good to know, because we would like to start with her, with Gabriela Canales, and she is the Director of Development Management at IMEPLAN. IMEPLAN stands for Metropolitan Management Institute in Guadalajara metropolitan area. And when I prepared this meetup, I learned that Guadalajara is the Silicon Valley of Mexico, right? Yeah. Good. So we have a quite experienced project manager here with us, with a demonstrated history of working in government administration industry, so to say, right? And you are skilled in non-profit organizations, in sustainable development, in conflict resolution. So I think all the skills really needed when you want to implement or when you want to start smart city concepts. Yeah. So well prepared for that job. You are a strong program and project management professional with a master's degree focused in environmental management from Yale School of Forestry and Environmental Studies. And I'm really proud to welcome you here in the Impact Hub in Berlin, Gabriela Canales.
Well, thank you very much. As Marco said, I'm Gabriela Canales, and I'm going to start this presentation, but oh, sorry, this is technology, right? I think it's on. Oh, okay. Thank you. So this is the project. I'd just like to say that this project started with the municipality of Guadalajara, and as Marco said, I'm not coming representing any municipality, but 9. IMEPLAN coordinates 9 municipalities in the metropolitan area of Guadalajara. So even though this project started with one of them, which is Guadalajara, and we have actually some representative, well, ex-representative of the municipality, then our job as IMEPLAN is to escalate this kind of works. As people, Joachim was saying at the beginning, the importance and the value of these kind of projects is not only to see what you learn, but to see what you can share with other cities, sorry. So, well, I'm gonna start saying that, with that, and then I think I'm not going to talk about the technicalities of the project, but I'm going to talk about more of the process and how this project has been able to engage many stakeholders. As you properly remarked at the beginning, a smart city is not only about technology, but technology is only a tool. But a smart city is how to make a place livable, efficient, and inclusive, right? So this is how it started. It was a citizen-centered design. So there was a participated diagnosis at the beginning, and we engaged academy, private sector, government, and very importantly, citizens. And there were some questions for citizens from 90 years old to 90 years old, different type of questions that gave us some inputs on how we could work for a better environment. And I think I find it very very nice the way it was done, because questions they were very targeted for these people. So for example, for 90-year-old people, they were asking to draw graphics about how they saw the environment. For adults, the questions were like, how do you move? What's the infrastructure that you use in your surroundings? How do you think it has changed? Has it had any impact in your life? And for the 90s, I think I find it very inspirational, because they are the ones who shared the insight on how during 78 years, the environment had changed in their neighborhoods, how the storms had increased, how there were less trees, more noise, more pollution. So this is how it all started. So then the program is about solutions for adaptation, right? So we found that urban trees were a very important aspect for the population of Guadalajara. Then what we did was, what kind of digital solution can everyone use? Can people can be engaged, participate, and can influence public policy or managing of urban trees, right? So we found this app. There was a pilot, and well, thank you, Lara. So this is, now I'm going to go a little bit about into the app. It has 3 components. One is the mobile one, which you can just use your phone and download an app and see what kind of trees or how many trees there are in a specific area. Of course, there was engagement from the government from the beginning because the information is there, right? So how can you share this information with people? How can you bring it down so everyone knows about what kind of trees do you have? Then there's environmental sensor, DIY. I think this is also very important because in the metropolitan area of Guadalajara, we have sensors that are managed by the government, but they're very expensive and there are very few. So how can you engage people to measure something? So we found that through these environmental sensors, we could increase the measurement system and they could actually see what they wanted to do. Where is the noise? Where is there more pollution? And then finally, the web part, where you can see all the information displayed. So it's in your phone, you can map, but in the web, you can actually see all the layers you want to see related to urban trees. The following, please. So this is, I'm gonna talk about the components a little bit. This is like a game. So I think this is very important because not all of us were born with technology. We're not innate technology users, right? So how do you incentivize people to use these kind of apps? What's the benefit that I'm gonna get by using an app? I already have so many and then I get notifications, but how can we engage them so we can influence public policies? So this was the way. This is, we call it the Pokemon Go of urban trees, because with your phone, just with your camera, any camera, you can just take a picture of a tree, and if there is information about it, then it would automatically give it to you about the eco benefits of the tree, or what is it giving it to you? What's the important or the relevance in your life? And if there's no information, you can add whatever you want. You can add the height, the size, and then the government will check that and corroborate the information later. Next one, please. Then there's this other component that we call it the Trinder for trees. So we've all used, well, I don't know if we've all used, I'm sorry, I don't know. But well, we know. Okay, let's say we all know what Tinder is. So I think this is very Tinder. Yeah. Well, we've just heard about it, right, from other people.
We in Germany don't know that for sure.
Yeah. Same in Mexico.
No idea.
Yeah, but we found it somewhere. So we thought it was very nice, so people can become also experts. So none of us, even myself that is working in this area, I'm not expert on every tree. I don't know what kind of benefits does it give me, what species, what's the value that gives not only in the surroundings, but in people's life. So here with the information of the government, you can check and you can play. And after, I don't know, after several checks, you can become an expert. You can date the tree if you want to. The next one, please. And then now we have the data visualization and analysis, that this will give you exactly where the trees are, and it will give you more information of what kind of energy are they capturing, how much water, what's the noise that they are actually moving away. So these are the 3 main components. Next one. This is a learning module, so it's not only about knowing how many trees or what kind of trees you have, but it's about how you manage them. So we should also learn to take care of them. We usually just call the government and say, oh, or we just want to cut the tree because it's, it's just too big and there's no sun in my backyard or whatever, right? But in this, you can actually learn how do you find whether a tree is sick or not? What do you do? What kind of small little actions you can take to make your living better? Next one, please. And then there's also this part of the app that gives you notifications. So if you have your GPS on, you can just be walking on the street and then it will automatically give you notification about the surroundings and the trees that in your area, wherever you are. Next one, please. This is how you can see all the information on the website. Next. And this is the portal where the administrators, in this case is the municipality of Guadalajara, can manage all the information. I'm just going to stop a little bit here with the technicalities because I want to say that, as I mentioned at the beginning, this was initiated by one city. But then, how can we do it? We have 9 municipalities in the metropolitan area of Guadalajara, and they have very different realities. We have 3 million square kilometers, and only 700 of those are urban areas. So as you see, most of our area is rural. Many of them are disconnected. People don't really know what, why should I have a tree here? So I think sharing this and escalating this is one of the values that one of the steps that we're going to take ahead. So actually, we're about to sign another MOU with GIZ to make this project Metropolitan. So next, please. Well, this is the sensor. It's a very easy sensor. It's very cheap. And there you can see all the things that you can measure that I already talked about. Next, please. No, next one. This is, unless you guys want me to talk about technicalities, then I'm just going to skip that. And this is how we integrated all the model. So if the orange part was the information that the government already had. And the blue part is the part that we can actually measure with those small sensors. And as you can see, we can see what diseases, which species, you can take photos, you can see the diameter. And honestly, I mean, I'm not that old, but I had never been part of one thing like this. So I think the information and the use, I think it's very interesting for you to learn, and in a very easy way. You don't need to be a biologist or an expert on trees to know all these kind of things. And once you get to know why this is important in your life, then you will want to engage on why we should have better management of the trees. Next one, please. Well, this is, I talked about the next steps that are making it Metropolitan. So this is what we identified that we should work on. How do we improve our gamification strategy? So as I said, it's like the Pokemon Go of the trees. So what's going to be the incentive? So now we've created a model of green points. So you participate and you get green points, the model is already there. But the next step is, how do we make alliances with other actors, not only the government, but private sector, right? Other startups, so we can trade. So then I have another incentive to participate and make a better life out of it. Then the digital inclusion strategy, which I think is very important. How many people are we going to engage in it? What kind of people? Is it the people that only know about trees? How do we actually communicate this so that it doesn't matter what's your income or what's your studies level? You can be part of it, and this can be really inclusive. And, well, upscaling. Next, please. This is the website. All the information is published. Actually, I think this is the next one or the following one. You can find all the documents. You can find the results of the participative diagnosis. We're going to upload more information about how we're going to do it. Now we're trying to find out whether we're going to do it with the other 8 or maybe just one. We want this to have an impact, not only have another app for people to just, use it for an amount of time like it happened with Pokemon Go, or maybe it happened with Tinder, I don't know. I don't know. But actually that has, that contributes, like a dynamic model that would give us more information and do a better planning. And I think this is my last one. Next one, yeah. So these are the information, and the next slide is my contact if you have any questions. There's also the team of GIZ and the municipality, and we'll be happy to answer anything. Thank you.
Thank you very much.